Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said hey. Welcome back to my channel. Hey y'all, I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know I like to jump right in, but first I must let you know, if you here and you have not subscribed to my channel, baby, I'm just disappointed because you hate black women, okay? Click the link below to subscribe. And make sure you turn on the notifications because I'll be doing my best. But I plan on uploading more content, different types of content on here. I know I always say that, but hell,
I do. Really, I really do.
You gotta bear with me. Oh, bear with me. Oh, bear. Just bear with me. You gotta bear. Oh, that's Tiana Taylor. That's a really good song. I like
that's my
song.
jam.
Anyway,
that's my jam.
on this episode of Ready to Love, I think the girls had to take all the guys to places that meant a lot to them or something. Anyway, this is where they went skating. Okay, so Tommy this is where they started off skating at the Second Chance Mixer, I guess. Hell, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I wrote down Tommy wanted to skate in so bad. And it looks like they filmed Tommy's monologue at the separately.
Yeah, they do it separate.
What I'm talking about, this is like a little bit of a production thing, right? But I wanted to talk about it because Tommy, when he's doing his monologue on the episode, he's standing in front of the skates, right? And he's standing in skates. But they always cut to everybody else during this monologue that he does. I personally think that he does the monologue before everybody gets there, and then when they get there, he just sort of freestyles and they go, yes, amen, praise God, or whatever. And they don't actually hear the same monologue when they're in the room with him. I think it's very clear that that's how they do it. But anyway, let's start with Shannon, who's 33, and Chris Chef. Or Chef Chris. I wrote down the connection feels one-sided to me. One thing about Chef Chris is he doesn't really look like he's into anybody. I think that nobody is into Chef Chris as much as he is into himself. He strikes me as a very incredibly self-centered person.
Very.
And I think he's probably self-centered, self-absorbed. I don't know if he even has the ability to care for another person, just because of the way that he acts on the show, in my opinion. Like, he doesn't really seem like the type of person that has the ability to care for somebody else. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe it's just because of my life experience. I could tell when somebody's like that. He just strikes me as somebody who's like that. Anyway, Darius and the light-skinned girl Donna and Ashley were also on a date or hanging out. And the light-skinned girl Donna sat down and told Darius that she felt the urge to tell him that he didn't give her a great first impression.
Okay.
I wrote down, I'm confused as to why she's bringing this up.
Right, why?
In life, people don't give you a good first impression all the time. Do you feel the need to tell them that they didn't give you a good first impression? And if so, why?
Why? Right.
Why did you feel the need to sit Darius off to the side and say, hey, I just want to let you know, when I first met you, I didn't even like you. I still don't. What's the point in telling him that? Darius said, I feel sorry for you because you don't even know me. And you've made this assumption about me based on what? And she's like, well, a lot of the women feel this way. And he's like,
who?
None of the other women have told me that. She's like, because they're not going to tell you. And he's like, okay. I was actually really impressed with the way Darius handled that situation. Because if it was me, I probably wouldn't have handled it so nicely. I probably would have just got up once somebody said, you know what, I didn't get a good first impression from you, I probably would have said, why? And he would have been like, oh, because, whatever, your wig or whatever, your lip gloss. And I would have said, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. See you later.
Anyway, and got up and left because he was really trying to just talk to her to figure out like where that was coming from. He was trying to determine if it was like something he did, something he said, something inappropriate. And when it wasn't any of those things, he was like, well,
whatever.
You don't know me. And she's like, I know people like you, or maybe it's my history. Yeah, I think you just, maybe he remind you of somebody. And
your baby daddy? Problem. Oh, wait, she don't have any kids.
Anyway.
Maybe her regular daddy.
Darius has 4 kids. Nobody has asked him how many baby mamas he has.
That's the real question.
He's talking to one of the youngest women who doesn't have any kids. I need us to stop being delusional.
Please. Immediately.
Why would you, as a 31-year-old, 32-year-old, entertain a man who has 4 children already? You want him to have 6 kids?
Right.
And you want to be the last baby mama? Or maybe the second to last baby mama? Because he might not stop if y'all break up.
Okay.
Like, what about you makes your brain think that you want to be a man's second or third or fourth baby mama after having 4 kids?
Explain that to me.
Now, there's a lot of women who say that they don't want to date men who have kids at all. I personally, I don't know. I think if you don't want to date somebody with kids, that's completely fine.
That's okay.
I have a child. If somebody said, Jazmyn, I don't want to date you, I want somebody who doesn't have kids, that's completely fine with me.
Yep.
But I do think that as you get older, you know, we get into our late 30s. For somebody to have one kid, you know, I don't know, maybe 2, child, I don't know. Sometimes it's okay, you know, but like
4 is too much.
4? And maybe I'm biased because when my dad met my mom, she already had 2 kids. So my dad, and then they had me. And my parents have 3 kids.
They didn't even have to have you, for real though.
But if my dad had met my mom and she already had 4 kids, I guarantee you I wouldn't be here. Because I don't think my dad would take on 4 kids. I don't know, maybe he would. My grandpa did.
Yeah.
My grandpa got with my grandmother, got married. They had 4 kids.
That was back then.
I mean, my grandmother had 4 kids, but they never had any kids together.
He loved her.
Jay said it could be 4 by one person. So?
Don't matter.
I don't think that Darius can afford to take care of 6 kids or 5.
Exactly.
Is he a millionaire? If he was, he wouldn't be on Ready to Love.
Exactly. Nephew Tommy might be the only millionaire on here.
Like, you need millions of dollars to take care of 5 kids comfortably. I would not sign my kid up to be the 5th one after 4 kids with somebody else. I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to my kid. I wouldn't say, you know what, your daddy can barely afford the ones he got. I'm about to give him another one and it's going to be mine this time. No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. But I personally, you know, well, y'all know what I think about it, but anyway,
go watch part 1 if you want to know what I think.
Anyway, they had a little picnic date or a little, I don't know what it was. They were sitting on a bench and there was Vince, Nicole, Chef Chris, and Emily with the titties was on the date.
Really, Jazz?
Chef didn't have on any shirt up underneath his denim shirt, and I didn't like that.
Just air.
Can I tell y'all something?
Air hit, chest hitting the air hitting the chest. I don't like that.
Some of my recent dating experience have made me realize a few things about myself.
Tell the truth.
Number 1, I do not like a man who doesn't wear a shirt up under his open shirt or button up shirt.
Duh.
I don't care how fit you are. I don't care how fine you are. I think that you need to wear a little bit of something up underneath that shirt, or you need to button it up all the way.
All the way. To the
and
neck.
Maybe not all the way. Maybe you can have a couple unbuttoned like this. But when we get to seeing abs and we're still seeing open shirt, we need something up underneath that shirt. Can we get a V-neck? Can we get a tank top?
I don't want to see stomach. It's not for stomach.
I don't just want to see chest and abs and then one button down here at the bottom, holding everything together, holding everything closed. You probably don't want to see my nipples at a nice restaurant. And why am I looking at yours?
And why am I looking at your belly button? Hell no, not over my salmon.
I mean, at the beach, fine. You know, at the beach, stuff like that, cool. A beach club, even cool. At the pool, yes. At a nice establishment, I don't think I want to see your nipples.
Yeah, I'm good.
Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm old fashioned. Anyway, Emily, I wrote down she's too stiff. She has a 23-year-old son. They said Nicole's easy to talk to. And Vince, he's the goofy guy. He has 2 kids, 15 and 17. Yeah, and he said that I think he said he wasn't sure if he wanted to have more kids because they're hard work. Anyway, let's move on to Donna with the PhD and Ed, who's 40. Donna said that she's finishing her PhD, and then after she finishes her PhD, she wants to focus on having a family. I sometimes get confused when I hear people talk like this, right? As a former HR person, as a former technical recruiter, you finish your PhD, and then she put a time limit on it, right? She said, I want to have kids within the next few years. I'm finishing my PhD. Then I want to have a family. When will you get into your career? Because what is your PhD? Like, what is your PhD in? And when do you plan on working? Or do you not plan on working? And did you get a PhD to be a stay-at-home mom? I'm just trying to figure out what are you passionate about?
Yeah, where are we going?
Obviously, you have to have some passions to get the PhD, and then you finish it, and then you want to pop out a couple of kids back to back. I'm not understanding the vision. For people who have PhDs, comment and let me know. How does that work? Ed said that him and Donna were not a match because she's not religious, and he wants his kids to be Christian.
Okay.
Y'all know I'm not super religious. The idea of kids being religious to me just sounds weird. I don't know.
Yeah. What?
Like, I think the idea of kids being religious is kind of like they're 4.
Right. So
you want them to
close their eyes. Why? And pray.
I don't really know.
Okay.
Hey.
We do affirmations.
I'm just a heathen. Anyway.
We do affirmations, okay?
Dominique sat down with her match, which is the tall chocolate guy. And she says she wants a man who's God-fearing.
Okay.
And he says, well, I'm Muslim.
Do you fear Allah? Do y'all fear Allah? Let me know.
She said that, okay, her father was a pastor, and now she's hitting it off with a guy who's Muslim. What will she do?
Right.
Ultimately, it doesn't seem to matter that much to her that he's Muslim.
Interesting.
And it doesn't really seem to matter that much to him that she's Christian. It kind of feels like it's going to be a big deal later.
Right.
But they're kind of ignoring it now because they're very attracted to each other. I think they have a lot of sexual attraction. So they're just ignoring all of the things that might not make them compatible.
Everything's so sexual.
So that they can continue to pursue the relationship based on the physical attraction.
Everything's so physical. With that,
as long as you realize, like, there are some red flags here. Because the way that I don't think it would be an issue normally, but the way that Dominique talked about, you know, her relationship with God and the fact that her father is a pastor made it seem like that would be something that she might not be okay with later. And the way that he talked about, you know, being Muslim, it kind of sounded like, and men are like this in general, they're kind of inflexible. But she did ask him, how do you feel about me, the way I'm dressed, the way my hair looks? And he was like, I don't want you to change anything about yourself. And if his faith is just his own faith, then I think that's great. But it's like, and I don't know if he wants to have kids or whatever, but I think he does, actually, because he asked her about having kids, and she already has kids, and she said she's had a few miscarriages, so she would not be comfortable, or even, I don't think she wants to get pregnant again. And he was like, what do you think about a surrogate? Again,
why?
I don't know what's wrong with everybody. And I know there's going to be some people in the comments that say, Jazmyn, some people just want to have kids. That's fine. But we're talking about a 42-year-old woman who has 2 grown children. Why are we talking about having more kids?
Why? Like that, it's almost like y'all think y'all have to.
I guess the issue I have with it is kids are not gifts. The reason she would consider giving this man a kid is because we're talking about it as if a child is a present.
It's not.
And I just have a hard time with it. I have a hard time rationalizing this sort of discussion. It seems very delusional to me, actually. And also, this is their first date. Why are we talking about giving kids, getting kids, having kids, surrogacy, and
so
not
early?
Your favorite color? Do you have any allergies? Do you like...
do you like red?
Erectile dysfunction. We don't even know if he can have no kids.
What's your favorite color? How about that?
I'm just not understanding. Am I crazy, y'all? Am I just like an anti...
Yes, you're anti-children.
Why would you be talking about having kids on the first date with somebody who and y'all are in your 40s and she already has multiple children who are grown?
Because he want one, right?
It feels a little bit...
like y'all aren't a match.
A little bit delusional. There are a couple people up for elimination on episode 3. Emily with the titties. And Chris sat down. Chris said, listen, the reason you're up for elimination because the men feel like you haven't really opened up to them. She said, I would open up to them if the men would shut up.
That was hilarious.
I wrote down, she's just too unhappy. I think she needs to go to therapy.
Too real,
I don't know
actually.
what she's so upset about.
The men talk too much.
The men on the clips that we've seen be mean to her, overtalk her, anything.
She doesn't like them.
And she said that the men on the show just weren't worth a dime.
A damn.
And, more power to her.
I don't blame her.
Anyway, Donna sat down with one of the guys and she was up for elimination as well. And Donna said, hey, listen, I get it. A lot of the guys are religious and she is either agnostic or atheist.
She need to date somebody else.
There's a lot of religious men on this show who do not live by the religion that they claim to be a part of.
At this show and outside of this show.
You claim to be Christian. What are you doing to practice your religion? You out here sucking and effing. You having kids here and there. You smoking. You drinking. You cussing.
Just blunts in the Bible. One of the
men said he slept with 1,000 women, and the other man calling women bitches and hoes.
Right.
What? Y'all are so religious. But where does the God-like behavior, when does that occur?
Just a lot of God and Grey Goose.
Child, let's move on to episode 4.
Okay. Emily went home, by the way. Edit these, Jazz. Edit these videos.
All right, let's move on to episode 4. Nephew Tommy said, what happens in Nephew Tommy's house stays in Nephew Tommy's house.
Tabernacle.
This is why I will never host the reunions.
They're not gonna let you. They're not gonna let you.
But I'm saying they won't let me because I make fun of Nephew Tommy. Dominique invited 4 people over to her house and she made oxtails and food for them. Oxtails is what the chocolate guy, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. Bellow, his name is Bellow. That's what he requested.
Wow.
And when he came into the house, she kissed him. I wrote down Dominique has some serious sex appeal, and she does.
Yeah, she does. She's very sexy.
Dominique and the other girl that came to the house, the girl who looks like she could be Asian, she said that her and Dominique seem to like the same men.
Really?
You know,
they do. They like the same men.
Say something.
Say it.
Why the hell not? I think Dom and the girl who's Asian, what's her name? I think they do like the same men.
Yeah, they do.
But I think that girl, the other girl, thinks that she's as put together as Dominique is, and she's not.
At all.
You're simply not as put together as her. She seems sweet. She seems kind. You can see Dominique is cooking for not just the guy she's interested in, but you and another guy. So she offered up her home. She offered to cook. She seems like she's very confident, but she's not a jealous person. The other girl, who looks like she's mixed with Asian, seems a little bit jealous. She seems like she compares herself to other people, which Dominique doesn't seem like she does. She has sex appeal, which I don't think that this girl has as much sex appeal. I don't think that this girl is sweet. She doesn't seem as sweet or as nice as Dominique.
She don't want to do nothing.
Seems like she honestly seems like a pretty sweet woman.
Yeah.
And people probably would think that she's not that sweet because she's very like tall and gorgeous, you know. But Dominique has not said anything about the way she looks, about how gorgeous she is. She just seems to have a lot of confidence and just move in that confidence. However, the other girl who said a lot of people are not used to this level of pretty.
Right.
In a room full of other women who are just as gorgeous as you. So to me, it gives like, this is the difference between you and Dominique, girl.
Yeah. No delusion over there.
Not to compare women, but I have to compare them because it's a show about comparing people to figure out who's gonna end up finding love.
Dominique is not delusional.
The nerd told Dominique, "I want you." I just really think that this guy doesn't know how to flirt. He doesn't know how to interact with women. Cause I feel like a man's telling you, if a man told me, "I want you."
Ew.
It sounds so sexual.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You want me what? What do you mean? Like if a guy that you're in a relationship with, a guy that you know really well, a guy you actually have a relationship with say, "I want you," it sounds nice. But if a guy has never been on a date with you, says, "I want you," it just sounds like, what? It's not attractive to me. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like it when a man says, "I want you"?
Hell no. Don't like it either way.
I know you want coochie is what you want.
Yeah, coochie.
That's what you want. You look for coochie.
Coochie.
Like, you can't want me and you haven't really developed feelings for me. You don't know anything about me. That's why it just feels kind of gross. You know, it's different if your life partner, if your husband, if your boyfriend says it, you know what I'm saying? But a random guy you ain't never been on a date with,
I want
I'm sure you do.
I want you. I want you.
What's her name? Let me find her name. Timmy or
Tina.
Tina seemed to be jealous over Bellow and Dominique's connection. And she got Bellow in the kitchen and said, men who like me, I know how important money is to men. And men, they money means a lot to them. So I can tell how much you like me by how much money you spend on me.
Really?
Excuse me?
Excuse me? Perdóname?
Excuse me?
Por favor?
She said, if you care, you would spend money on me. She said she asked 3 men in this process. She texted them and said, "I really need a massage. My body's hurting. I really need a massage."
I need a massage so bad.
He's scared of this pussy. Anyway.
Hey.
She said, "I really need a massage." One of the guys said, "I would love to, but I don't have it right now."
Okay, he broke.
The second guy said, "How much is it?" She said, $300. He said, "Okay, well, I got $180 on it." He sent her $180.
Okay, that'll do.
Bellow didn't reply to her message until later on. And she said, "You let me know how you felt about me, basically, because you didn't give me nothing."
Nothing. This
man doesn't know you. I know there's a lot of rhetoric online about, you know, what you should be getting from a man and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I do believe in a man doing for somebody that he cares about.
Yeah.
But I do think that most men have to care about you to do something for you. Care about you a little bit. That y'all have not even been on one date.
I mean, without expecting coochie.
And I think how much time a man invests in you also determines how much he cares about you.
They want coochie.
How much he cares about you. Like, it's not just money. It's time, and money is the investment.
And coochie is what they expect.
Like,
cootie cat. Kitty.
I don't know. I don't go around begging people for stuff. You know, anything I've ever received from the opposite sex, they do it because they want to.
They wanted to. They volunteered.
And if you don't want to, that's fine.
They begged me.
You could determine whether you want to continue to engage that person, date that person, stay in a relationship with that person. But the reality is, like, going up to a man and being like, I know men care about their money and you haven't given me any. And you haven't done nothing for me. So you must not care about me that much.
Show me you care.
It's like, baby, are you tricking or are you looking for love? Because this is ready to love, not ready to trick. Like, you want to be one of these men, or you want to be Rick Ross? Because Rick Ross is gonna do that type of stuff. That's why he got a new chick every 6 weeks. You go to Rick Ross or something like that. You go to somebody who not looking for no connection.
Yeah.
Men who spend money on women just randomly and stuff like that, they do it randomly because they're not looking for a connection. They know that spending money is how they have access to you. They're not looking for nothing. Just coochie. And they know they got to spend money to get it.
Got to.
But somebody who's looking for a connection probably is not going to meet you in the first week and say, and you going to text them on a show, Ready to Love, where he's supposed to be engaging with 9 other women. And you text him, you need a massage, and he's supposed to give you $300? It's just not clicking with me.
He got to give everybody $300.
Especially on this show. I say this on every dating show. Do not go on this show looking for men with money.
Period.
Men with money don't need Ready to Love.
Exactly.
Men with money don't need Love is Blind. Men with money don't need Married at First Sight. They
Right.
have their pickings of women because they have money.
Money. They're not broke.
Okay? This show is not for that. I can't fathom why you would go on Ready to Love and ask a man for $300 after y'all ain't never been on no date. I just can't. I can't fathom it.
I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. Fathom.
Child, anyway. Bellow said that he's going to bow out of trying to pursue Tina, and he's going to give Dominique a massage.
Naked.
And you know what? To me, because Dominique has the demeanor that I think Bellow is probably more attracted to, obviously more attracted to, if Dominique wanted a $300 massage, she would probably get it from him. She's brought him to her house. She's entertained. She's cooked for him. She cooked his favorite meal. If she said, you know, I was thinking about getting a massage this weekend, he would probably say, where you like to go? How much is it? Okay, let's go together.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't have to beg for it.
I bet you she ain't begged for nothing.
So, anyway, at the end of the day, there were 2 people up for elimination on this episode. Anyway, Donna and Vince went to dinner because Vince was up for the elimination. Because he was calling women on the show bitches. And Xavier went to drinks with Dominique. And he ended up getting eliminated because he was not spending time pursuing the women. He was too late to the party.
Xavier went home.
And he thought that he could just be relaxed and take his time to get to know the ladies. That's not what this show is about. It's about hurrying up and finding love. Hurry up and find. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on the last few episodes. I think this might get juicier as the season goes on. Let me know what y'all are thinking about Ready to Love. Detroit. And I'll see y'all after the next episode. Bye.
Bear with me. You gotta bear with me.